we're good. Yeah, if you want to kind of sit on your hands for the next 6 to 9 months and kind of let the thing play out. Sorry, YouTube, I didn't put the YouTube stream on. But if you want to let this play out for the next 6 to 9 months, you could realistically do that. You could just sit on cash and kind of see where this thing settles. I don't think you're gonna miss anything. I think you could literally.
Well, you're saying sit on the sidelines, not be invested?
No, I'm not saying not be invested, but I'm saying like if you're going to invest right this moment, you could just hold on to that cash flow, right, and let this thing kind of settle out. Like I'm invested, right, but like additional cash flow, I'm doing half in, half out. So I'm only investing half of what I want to and holding on to the rest in cash, just in case, right? Just in case an opportunity arises. You never want to be in financial ruin, and you always need something on the side. And it doesn't mean like sit on zero in your bank account and throw everything you got into the market. It means like you should realistically have a nest egg in your bank account, and then additional money would go into the market beside that nest egg that you got set to the side. I think that's realistically the smartest way to do this. But yeah, as far as this goes, man, I think we're just going to be kind of riding it out just like before, right? And, even though I think that this could be the low, maybe we do something like over here and we just kind of dip down. It'll be fast if it happens. It's a black swan if that happens. But anybody who predicts that and says, I called it, I'm like, they're just, I don't know. I don't want to call people idiots, but like, I think it's so dumb to try and say, you're calling a COVID crash or a black swan event like that. I don't think it's plausible or possible for anybody to call that kind of stuff. But you can definitely call for corrections, right? Like this bear market was a correction on this expansion. We just haven't had any hefty expansions, really. We just expansion, consolidation. Tesla looks pretty good too. Like that's another one I've been watching. We hit right into the range I was looking for. We got our scoop. This is exactly where I want to see Tesla. Now, what I'd like to see is Tesla to continue to push to the upside here. Maybe break out and then kind of take off from there. If it can't do that, then, it's pretty much cooked. And it'll roll back down to the lows here. And then you got a long time of Tesla just being kind of cucked, right? Because you got a multitude of 3 years right here with no upside for Tesla. Just this ceiling stayed bearish under Tesla. And then you had this big breakout, and now you're pushing back into the range. And if you break this trend, you are going to retest here, and likely you'll end up wheedling your way back down to the low. And now you've sat in Tesla for a multitude of like 5 years with no upside potential. So that would kind of suck for Tesla if that ends up kind of occurring. Let's see. The 10 years are looking pretty interesting, though. This is kind of the same chop zone we had then, and we have it now again. So I don't know. I think the 10 years are signaling. Sui. This is the area where I'd look for Sui. Salami, right? Hold the trend. That's important. If you don't, you're coming back down to like roughly right around here. So you need to hold this trend right here for Salami. BNB will be an interesting one too. So I'm looking for BNB to collapse down to like this 345 or completely play sideways. The price manipulation makes this one really hard to predict. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of price. Like when people say coins are price manipulated, I would say BNB is the most heavily price manipulated. I don't even know how Pepe is still holding, to be honest with you, through all this. ETH kind of playing to the downside. There is a lot of people trying to say that we're going to retest this low. I don't know. I don't know that comes to fruition, to be honest with you. Usually when you do stuff like this, it's a bait and switch, and the market never really kind of retests that. But maybe we get an instance where that happens. But you know, my ideal range is roughly about $1,200 to $1,300 ETH. I don't know why these keep popping up. Risk is pretty much bottomed out. And then we've got NVIDIA, which is hitting right into the ranges that I had settled up here. You don't want to see NVIDIA break this range. It starts breaking below 80. You're going to get a full-on collapse down into this range. Somewhere's in this mid-range right in here. Be playing between these two ranges. You'll get a move down to here if you break below this. This needs the hold here. This is a very important range here. Huh. The bear market we never saw coming if it ends up coming to fruition. ADA playing an uptrend, still fine. Either we're swinging really low or we're getting back above this range. We get back above 69, like with, you know, a ways above it. I'd say you'd have to hit like 80 almost to be confirmed. You get up to like 80, you can hold this range, you can shift away. That's what ADA needs to really be bullish. VIX, man, looks like it wants to spike again. VIX spikes again, you'll get a drop on markets for sure. We already talked about Tesla. Baba's in an interesting spot. I do think like Chinese markets are something that might be worth looking at because they're completely getting devastated. So like if there's opportunity to buy China, I think it's worth watching them. Adobe looks pretty good here too, though, because you've got this nice little pennant playing out. You got a flagpole into a pennant move, and you could upswing here pretty heavily. And then you've got the long-term trend right here of Adobe that makes it very bullish overall. Reminds me of Costco in a sense, just less vertical. Costco's much more vertical than that. Get rid of that. Save. We've got AMD is going to come all the way back down to this FEG again. It collapsed below support. That's crazy. This is now invalidated. Bull flag invalidated. This thing looks like it wants the waterfall drop into this FEG again. Previous FEG that got filled. Come back down. Maybe use it as support though. Keep that in mind. You might use it as support. So that would be something to watch for. If they can use that FEG as support, that might be the new trend shift away. So something to keep an eye on in this range. I don't understand the downside of AMD because AMD is actually a really good company. Telcoin long-term trend pretty obvious here. You got a ways to come down, but you got a pretty solid trend kind of playing out there. Let's see. Nike, look at that. Boom. This is the area I was looking for Nike to kind of test and hold. We're already seeing that kind of, so I am liking where this is at right now. But you don't want to see Nike go below 50. You want to see Nike stay above 50. It's a really important range here too. Let's see. Crypto total market cap. Again, just another one of those ranges you want to really pay attention to. We're playing right on it. I'd like to see a shift away on this. If we don't get a shift away on this and we continue to play these ranges, yeah, this is going to get cucked and it's going to come down pretty hard, 325. So we need to hold the line right here, kind of where we're at right now. We dipped into this before and held it just fine. So this is kind of where you want to take off from here. Total, another one of those two. So this is total, this entire crypto market. Again, just another one of those that people don't tend to want to pay attention to. I mean, this is a pretty significant range right here to pay attention to. You could definitely come a little bit below it, but like this is where I wanted to see price go, and we got there. 663 billion for a total 3 right here. So, sorry, this is altcoins specifically. So we're kind of in that range to where you should be looking for deals and discounts essentially on that area, unless you think the whole crypto market's going to collapse and die, and then boom, 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 hit it right on the money. So I think that this will likely be the bottom for FET. Otherwise, you're going to come all the way back down and retest down here if we go into like a bear or whatnot. So this is where you want to hold. This is where you want to reverse. I don't know. Like, I'm not too bearish on the market right now. I'm very neutral. Just kind of playing things by ear, day by day. Looking for opportunities where I can find them, and then kind of playing on those. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Prophets?
Yeah, I was gonna say, my bad. I was on the phone. This is just a boring ass time. I'm bored. Yeah.
Opportunity sucks right now. And I don't mean like you're getting opportunity, but you're not going to get upside right now. You just got to kind of sit on that opportunity and wait for it to take off. And that's the thing that sucks is no activity seems like inactivity, and then you got to look for other things to keep your interest, right?
Mm-hmm.
So long-term DCA works in these kind of ranges, but mentally it can be a little frustrating.
No, that's why I'm just I actually need to send you this MVP, bro. I can't believe I haven't showed you yet. That's why I just been busy with like working and like ideas, all the stuff we've been talking about, because like we were trying to fucking gamble your money away, and CT is not a good sentiment for real investors. Like,
no,
everybody is obvious. They barely hold any Bitcoin. They're max exposed to the bullshit. So that's why I think people appreciate this type of content. Because it's a lot of shitty. It's a lot of bullshit out there. Do you want to stream tomorrow on Saturday?
We can likely do something maybe. I don't know about maybe.
Yeah, no pressure. No pressure.
Yeah. Usually weekends, I usually kind of take those as a breather because like there's
take that as a breather. All good. Monday, we're gonna definitely be streaming every day now with the spaces. Now that I see that it's not that bad with the sound, I thought I needed a different system. I guess I can do it, but we're gonna do it every day. We're gonna do the video. We're gonna do the streaming with the spaces every single day. So,
we could talk about it though. We could talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, no pressure, no pressure. I appreciate your time and energy today. Great analysis as always. I think the biggest thing everybody can take from tonight is, we get to react as consumers to all the bullshit that these big companies shill and give to us. And then, we have a choice to be a part of it. We have a choice to not be a part of it. I'm forever going to be grateful for this industry. And, I think it's nothing wrong with trying new shit and getting in new ecosystems, but make sure you stay focused and you stay clear of the goal, But yeah, like Will said, DCA is your best friend right now. Get a job, focus on something else, focus on your craft, double down on your hobbies, whatever you got to do.
Double careers helps, double work, find a side hobby or
careers work,
something like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, young GIM. The other thing is too is like I'll just tell people like anything like staking and because I keep getting asked this more and more. You notice that, Prophets, as conditions kind of get to a point where they're kind of stagnant.
Because people don't want to sell; they want to put their money somewhere, though.
You're getting more and more discussions around staking and stuff, and I think that's the most dangerous thing you can do when liquidity is low and volume is low. You want to stake and take advantage of markets when liquidity is high and volume is high. When everything's low, a lot of these platforms start shifting towards staking. They start shifting towards yield. They start shifting towards rewards to try and pull your liquidity into their platform. And then you get something like a Celsius or something like that, where you put your money on their platform and then they claim that your money is their money. because it's on their platform and they have it somewhere in their terms of services. So just be really careful about that. Um, Again, just ledger up, call it a day, get the shit you want on your ledger. And if you're buying crypto, and obviously with stocks, you don't have to worry about it. Just get you a stock account, TD Ameritrade, Robinhood, whatever you want to use, and run it up on one of those if you're looking at stocks. I mean, there's plenty of things you can use, Webull, whatever. But I would tell people like you can do staking, but just man, don't throw your whole bag at a staking play, thinking you're gonna I can hedge this downside by staking. No, these platforms will rob you blind if they end up in a bad enough spot.
Facts. Yeah, no, we can call it. This was good. Thank you.
All right, until next time.
Peace out, guys.